Here we're going to explore how we can discover which products in this case, or any dimension, is contributing the most to profit growth. We're going to stick to products here just to keep it simple, but as I mentioned, you can use a range of different dimensions. Now, as we walk through the steps, I'm going to talk through the logic and how you can actually do this yourself. So first of all, we obviously need to get profits. We need to start with profits, and then what we're going to do is we're going to show the profit growth from 2015 to 2016. So we need to isolate the profits in those years as well. I've already placed a filter on 2015 and 2016 because the underlying data here covers exactly those 2 years. So we've got total sales. Now we first of all have to find profits, as I mentioned. So we're going to create a new measure, and what we're going to do is we're going to quickly create total cost, because I know I can create this based on the data. And I'm going to use SumX here. I'm going to go say look at the sales table, and then in the sales table find total unit cost times the quantity. And now I've got my total costs, and from this I can create another measure, and I can go total profits, and then all I've got to do is total sales minus total costs. If you've watched a lot of the other videos on Enterprise DNA TV, you will have seen we do this quite a lot. This is always an easy place to start. But now we have our total profits. So if I drag this into the canvas here, you'll see that over the last 2 years, in this case, 2015 and 2016, we've got this many profits, 44 million. So a pretty healthy business. Now, what we need to do from here is we need to isolate, because we want to see the product growth from 2015 to 2016. So we need to create some sort of filter here, similar to like a sum if statement in Excel. Now, the way we do this, and it's going to be exactly the same for both, is we need to isolate the total profits for only each of those years. And the way we do that is by using filter inside of a calculator. So I'm going to go 2016 profits here, and I'm going to go equals. I'm going to jump down to another line here, so go Alt Enter, calculate, and then I'm going to put in my total profits measure, and then I'm going to jump down to another new line, and I'm going to go filter. And then what you need to do in filter is reference a table, and then the filtering expression, which is your additional filter, or what you want to isolate. So in this case, I'm going to say go to the dates table, and then only return the total profits by going year equals to 2016, like that, and then close it off. And as simple as that, now we can isolate our 2016 profits. So if I drag that in, you'll see that it's only 22, which is about half of the total profits over those 2 years. So to get the 2015, all I need to do is copy and paste. Copy and paste is your best friend in Power BI. And I just need to change a couple of these numbers to change that from 2016 to 2015. Change that to 2015. Okay, so now we have, if we put this into a table, we can check it out. Now we have our 2015 profits, and we have our 2016 profits now in two different measures. So we started off with sales, we went to cost, then we were able to get profits, and now we've been able to break out the profits in years. Because now what we can do is we can go, well, what was the change from 2016 to 2015? So that's not too difficult. All we're going to do is create another measure and go, we go profit change. We'll call it profit change. And I'm going to go 2016 profits minus 2015 profits, and go enter. And now if I drag that in, you'll see that we now have the profit change between 2015 and 2016. So now we can actually, because all of this is combined in our data model, we can now filter this number by the products and achieve a result. And achieve a result for the change for every single individual product. So I'm just going to go copy and paste this table. I'm going to take out those two numbers there, and I'm going to go find my product name dimension. I'm going to drag it in. And now you'll see, well, we've got the profit change for every single product. And I think that visually we can very well represent this via the waterfall chart. The waterfall chart is perfect for this type of analysis. And then now we can see quite clearly what products from 2015 to 2016 have contributed to that total profit growth. And we probably want to also change the sort order there, so it becomes a lot more obvious. We've got all the positives and we've got all the negatives, and now we've got all the information we need. We can see, well, what is contributing the most to our profit growth? Well, obviously product 9 is, but there's a few big detractors here, right? A few big detractors. So we might also want to put some data labels in here just to add to, we might want to make this, let's make this, we'll put thousands in there. And obviously you've got to remember, always want to format things that you're representing in visualizations. Then what we can also do, we might want to see, well, what was the difference between different regions? So bring in other elements of our data model. So I'm going to go and just find the island here, which breaks up the North and the South Island of New Zealand. And then I'm going to drag in total profits, and I can create a visualization out of this. And then check this out. If I wanted to just isolate, say, the North Island and see, well, what was the change there? I could then click on the North, and then I can see, well, what is affecting the profits in that region. And obviously, if you had more regions here, you could see, you could click into any of those, and this would update all automatically for you. But what else can we do here? Well, we can actually see the percentage growth. Maybe we want to see the percentage change. Because this is a nominal number, maybe from a percentage perspective, it might make a bit of sense. Because if this product historically was something that hardly sold anything, this could easily be 100% increase on sales. So we might want to actually double check that. Now, the way we need to work out that is, we've already got all the information we need, right? We've got the profit change, and we've got the 2016 profits, so that's all we've got to do. We've got to divide the 2016 profits, the profit change, by the 2016 profits. So I'm just going to create another new measure here, and I'm going to call this 2016% profit growth. And all I'm going to do is divide. I'm going to go profit change divided by 2016 profits. 0 as my alternative result. And then now if we've got to make sure that this is actually a percentage. And so we could then bring this into a visualization. I always like to start with tables. I find them incredibly useful when trying to make sure that the data is correct. So now we've got the percentage change. And so we could turn this into a visualization as well, like so. But what I also want to do, one last thing I want to do, which I think would be beneficial in this case, is I actually want to only showcase the positive changes in one visualization and the negative changes in another visualization. And so what I can do here is I can actually add another measure, and I can go, well, 2016% profit growth, and then I'm just going to go positive, and then equals. And then all I need to do is write some logic in here that goes, if the I can actually go profit change. If profit change is greater than 0, equal to 2016 profit growth. If not, then we want it to equal blank. And we might want to go greater than or equal to here. So I've got my positive change, and then if I go new measure, I'm just copying and pasting, and I want to turn this into a negative. Then I can just change this into a less than, and push enter. And then I've just got to make sure that these are percentages. I'm going to change this one as well. And here we have, if I bring these in, we've got just the positive changes here, which is great. And then if I just copy and paste this here and drag the negative in, then here we've just got the negative changes. So very quickly we've been able to really isolate what we need to know regarding how certain profits performed one year versus the other. And we could make some small adjustments here. Obviously I really like data labels in this case. I could change the colors a bit, make it look a little bit less disjointed with the coloring. So just make a few other changes here, and obviously you want to change some colors in this one as well. Got my custom color palette in here. And then I thought the last thing that we could do here is we could probably actually see, well, from a customer perspective, let's actually see the change there. So grab the change per customer, and then we could even see, well, per customer, who is affecting each of these different things from a customer perspective. So there we have it. We've very quickly been able to analyze, just based on some sales information, what were the products that contributed the most to profit growth and also detracted from growth, because we've also looked at the negative numbers as well. So there you have it. So hopefully you can find some sort of use for this this combination of techniques and patterns in your own analysis.